So this is like how we can sort of look at how RAG systems work. So this is like a relatively smaller sort of architecture, like very simple RAG system. As you can see, you have by this sequence, like you have the prompt plus query, and then the query gets sent to the retrieval process. And so it will sort of check, okay, from this knowledge source, what is important to answer this question. And it will pull this information and send it back to the point where you will be calling, like imagine this is an application, right? So you'll be pulling that information and then you'll pass that information with the prompt query and this enhanced context, which is pulled from the data source. And you'll send that information to the LLM, whatever the model that you use, and you get the response back. So you, rather than directly sending the prompt and query to the LLM, you go through this like additional step to sort of give this right kind of information to the question that you asked. So as you can see, in a general process, you first need to like create this knowledge source and have it in a vector database or something. As Bipin mentioned, like you ingest documents like PDFs, FAQs, by APIs, you get information and you sort of split it into tokens so that you have like smaller sections. It could be 500 tokens. I mean, it could be variable length as well. And you create these like specific chunks and sort of store that information within the vector database as individual components. And then these becomes like vectors, and then you can sort of pull these vectors out at runtime from the vector database. Like for example, you pick whether Files or Postgres, PG Vector, Pinecone, whatever you pick, can sort of store this information in that database. And as we discussed earlier, we'll be able to like do the right kind of answer by using the process that you see on the right hand side. It will sort of pull out the relevant information from the knowledge base and sort of embed, sort of enhance this to get the right answer from the LLM. So that's the most basic RAG system that you can think about. Understanding this is quite critical for you to like go into much more advanced sort of RAG systems.